Hello everyone, welcome to Rachelpichleryoga. Just in case we haven't met before, my name is Rachel. Today we're doing a nice full body flexibility practice. I'm going to use my bolster a little bit today, find some space to move as well, and let's get started. So we will begin today laying down. If you want to lay on top of something, feel free to do so. You can also just lay flat on your back though. If you want to come into Supta Baddha Konasana and make a diamond shape with your legs, get into your hips a little bit. And then lay down. Bring your arms somewhere comfy, maybe turning your palms to face up. You can wiggle your fingers and your toes. Allow your eyes to close. And without changing your breath, just start to notice it. Feel your body move with your breath. And then maybe we can take a slower, deeper breath. Inhale, fill your body up. And exhale, let it all go. Doing that again, a nice slow, deep inhale. And letting it all go. So that one more time. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Staying just like this. A little bit longer. Just allowing yourself to let go of your day. Let's slow down. Taking another breath or two. We can start to move. Maybe the fingers and the toes again. Maybe bringing the knees back together if you have them out wide. Planting your feet on the ground. And if you're laying on top of something, we can take it out and lay flat. You might hug your knees to your chest. Maybe add a rock side to side. And then we have two options. We're gonna come into figure 4. If you would like to be laying down, you can drop your right foot, cross your left over top of your right quad, and maybe lift your right foot up. Stay on your back, hug your legs towards your chest. If you would like to be seated instead of laying down, you could come to seated And do the same thing. Left foot on top of the right quad. Maybe you need to lean back so that you can bend your right leg, plant your foot on the ground with your hands behind you. Push the ground away a little bit. Maybe flexing your left foot, whether you are laying down or seated. Feeling that left leg and glute. Maybe take the moment here to just notice what areas of your body can you soften a little more. Maybe it's the shoulders, the forehead. Let's stay for just another breath or two on this side. We will be switching. You can take a moment to rock it out or shake it out a little bit though if you want. If you're on your back, may as well stay there. If you are seated, may as well stay there. The right foot's gonna try to find the top of the left quad though. Maybe you're leaning back again, bending that left leg. Maybe you're flexing your right foot, that ankle. If you are seated, can we push the ground away a little? Let your eyes close. How does this side feel compared to the other side? Take another breath or two here. And then you can slowly release your legs, uncross them. If you're on your back still, you might stay there for a moment, but eventually find your way to seated. Once you are seated, we might even hug our knees towards the chest, take a rock side to side from here. And then we're gonna find our lovely chicken wing shoulder opener. So you can bend your knees, bring your feet out nice and wide. Trying to lean forwards a little bit, bringing the elbows between the knees. Your hands might be on your arms, your shoulders, your chest, or you could have your hands on your sides with your palms facing out. Rotating the shoulders inwards to tuck those elbows into the knees. You can do one arm at a time. You could do both. And kind of leaning forwards a little bit, using the knees to kind of hold the elbows in place, but maybe you don't go quite that far. Maybe your elbows are resting on top of your legs. I'll let you know when to switch sides in a moment if you're doing one arm at a time. Just see if you can relax a little bit here. The forehead, the jaw, the shoulder. You might be feeling this all the way from your fingertips, down your spine. Maybe even down to your tippy toes. Now, if you're doing one arm, I'll get you to switch sides. If you're doing both, we're going to stay just a bit longer for sure. If you want a little more, you can gently squeeze the knees together. Now stay for just another breath. And then let's let our arms go back in front of us, beside us, just somewhere comfortable. You might add a little shoulder roll in. And then our legs, we're gonna bring them out wide for a wide straddle. You can bring your feet out as wide as you want them to be. If you want to have something in front of you, you can have something in front of you. And then we have just an option here to focus just on the legs, maybe pointing the toes up, feeling the inner legs. You can stay seated tall. You can take a little tip forwards. And if you wanted to bring the shoulders back into this, we could try to bring the hands to our sides, kind of by the hips again, palms facing out, and then maybe we're able to tip forwards enough that we can bring our elbows kind of to the inner thighs towards the ground. Now maybe it ends up being one elbow, maybe it ends up being both. Leaning forwards, pointing those toes up, and maybe in the chicken wing shoulder opener too, just optional. We won't stay here quite as long. So if you are doing one arm right now, maybe take just another breath and then switch sides. If you do have your hands on your sides, very, very slowly try to lift yourself back up. Maybe you're able to use your hands to push you up, but let's all sit tall again. In our wide straddle, and then let's use our hands to help bring our legs all the way back in and back together. Give your knees a nice squeeze, take a rock side to side. From here, we're gonna move into a twist. So you can bring your left leg out long, cross your right foot over top of your left leg. Left leg can stay long or it can bend. Hold your knee, hug your knee towards your chest. Maybe you're lucky enough to feel your hips here, but let's take another inhale to lengthen the spine more. As you exhale, you can start to turn your chest towards the right side for a twist. Maybe your right hand can come to the ground behind you. Push the ground away a little bit to keep the spine nice and long. Hugging your knee. One more breath here. Inhale, maybe sit a little bit taller. Stay for the exhale. And then use an inhale to come back. So you're facing forwards. We're just gonna uncross our legs and cross them the other way. Right leg long, left over top. Maybe bending the right leg, just optional to do that though. Hold your left knee. Sit nice and tall. Take a deep inhale. And with the exhale, turn your chest to the left this side. Give your knee a little hug. Maybe take your left hand to the ground and push into it a little bit. Find that nice twist and maybe some hip love too. more full breath in the twist. Inhale to lengthen a little more. Exhale. And then use another inhale to turn and face forwards again. You can uncross the legs. Give them another hug or a squeeze. We're going to turn or lay on our backs again. Maybe your knees will end up hugging towards the chest still once you lay down. Maybe you'd rather have your feet on the ground, but you can add a gentle sway side to side here. And then maybe we'll start to open our knees out wide if your feet are floating. Maybe the big toes can lightly touch. Your feet could stay on the ground though. A gentle press of the low back down. You can stay here, your reclined child's pose. You could lift your feet and find happy baby. A gentle press of the low back down. If you did come all the way to happy baby, let your big toes find one another again. Let your knees stay out wide. A gentle press of the low back down. And maybe bringing your knees together. Give them a hug, maybe take a bigger rock side to side. And then letting the feet come down all the way if they are lifted. You might even go as far as to extend the legs out long. Now, your feet out wide. And resting your arms somewhere comfy. Making any adjustment so that you can stay here for a few moments. In shavasana, our final relaxation, our final pose. As always, I encourage you to stay here for as long as you have time for. Thank you for joining me. Enjoy the day, and until next time, namaste.